With an outbreak of COVID spreading through the WWE, the inaugural Day 1 pay-per-view is looking a bit sticky, but as the website suggests, the cards on the pay-per-view are still set to go. All participants are still scheduled to attend. So my name's Manlykefresh, and let's go through the 6 matches and the pre-show match that are on the card. So let's start the video. Starting with SmackDown, I'm going to focus on the pre-show match, which is Ceasaro teaming up with Ricochet to take on his ex-tag team partner and former best friend in Sheamus and Sheamus' apprentice, Holland. So, since Holland came over from NXT a couple of months ago in the last annual draft, he has had a fascination with working alongside Sheamus. Sheamus is kind of taking Holland under his wing as a mentor, stroke apprentice kind of relationship. Ceasaro has been dominated by both by Sheamus and Holland over the last couple of weeks. Hence the reason why he has got Ricochet as his partner, as Ricochet has had rivalries with Sheamus in the past. But I give this match to Ceasaro and Ricochet. So Ricochet and Ceasaro to win. And over to Raw, we have the rated R Superstar returning back from a brief hiatus after he's had in a cell match with Seth Rollins, taking on another superstar who just came back, who was on Dancing with the Stars, The Miz, in a one-on-one match. Now, this rivalry between The Miz and Edge has been very lackluster. I don't even want to go into the whole politics of it all. Let's just say, for the sake of argument, that Edge and Miz's rivalry needs to end at this Day 1 pay-per-view, and then once it's done, we can move on and deal with other things. So, Edge to win this match. And staying on Raw, we have Rated RK Bro taking on the Street Profits for the Raw Tag Team Championships. The Street Profits, who won the RK Bro tournament to become #1 contenders, are former Raw Tag Team Champions in their own rights. This will be a very good contest. You know, Randy Orton's ability to manipulate every body part of all the opponents he fights. Matt Riddle with his UFC background, Montez Ford with his aerobatics, and Angelo Dawkins with his raw power and strength as well. However, I do believe RK Bro will win this match simply because I believe later on down the line, Randy Orton will turn on Matt Riddle. It's possibly setting up for a WrestleMania match. So for now, RK Bro to retain their championships and the Street Profits to move aside for another champion, for another team. And over to SmackDown, we have Drew taking on Madcap Moss. And in Madcap Moss's corner, he will have that stupid Happy Corbin with him. Oh god, wrestling of today, man, is a complete joke. Like, anyway, let me not get into that. So anyway, we have Moss taking on Drew McIntyre when Baron Corbin or Happy Corbin will be in Moss's corner supporting him. So how this match started off is basically they stole McIntyre's sword from the table, and this led to this match. Why he's not fighting Corbin, I don't know. But anyway, I think McIntyre's going to get a big push next pay-per-view. Probably even fight for the Universal Championship against Roman Reigns or Brock Lesnar, depending who wins Universal Championship tonight. So I'll give this match to Drew McIntyre. Probably be a squash match, so Drew McIntyre to win. And going back to Raw, we have Big Time Bex, the man, the Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch, defending her championship against Liv Morgan for the second time. Liv Morgan did not win their last match on Raw before Christmas. Becky Lynch cheated to win. I think was it a roll-up victory? I'm not quite sure. But Liv Morgan's been pitched quite well as of late to be a viable contender for the championship. They're actually giving Liv some credibility, but to maintain that credibility, Liv cannot lose this match. Well, a conventional anyway. So I'm going to make a prediction here. I'm going to say Liv Morgan is going to win by disqualification. Becky Lynch is going to get herself disqualified, which will lead to Becky Lynch retaining her championship. But then that'll probably mean that, I don't know, somewhere down the line, Liv Morgan will get a rematch, but Becky Lynch to retain, Liv to win the match. And moving back over to SmackDown, we have 2/3 of the bloodline in the Uso Twins defending their SmackDown Tag Team Championships against the former WWE Tag Team Champions. I don't even know how many times the New Day's won it. But anyway, Kofi Kingston and King Woods. King Woods, obviously, who was crowned King Woods at Crown Jewel a few months ago, still living up the moniker. Hopefully, this will lead to something big for Woods in the future, but as of here and now, I think if Roman sees his cousins lose the tag team championships, he's going to lose his absolute mind because he hates his family losing. But I feel like the New Day will win tonight. Maybe not, they won't retain the championships for long, but I do believe in order to keep this momentum going and to make sure that a title does change at the pay-per-view, the New Day will win the tag team championships. And over to Raw, we have one of our first main events. It will be the Fatal 4-Way. Big E, WWE Champion, will be defending his championship against the Destroyer, the Almighty Bobby Lashley, and then he'll be defending that championship again against Kevin Owens. And he will also, if Seth Rollins is fit enough to attend this match, against Seth Rollins. So that'll be 3 people at one time that Big E will be defending his championship against. Initially, it was supposed to be Seth Rollins that he was supposed to defend his championship for. Then Kevin Owens managed to get his way into the match, and then Bobby Lashley forcefully and dominantly managed to get himself added to the match by beating all 3 men in one night. Now, here's a situation that I'm having to deal with right now. Depending on whether Seth Rollins actually is in this match will determine if my prediction will happen. So I personally feel if Seth Rollins is actually in this match, we need a new champion. Not for a long period of time, but just for a little period. Every single person in that ring except for Kevin Owens has been WWE champion. Kevin Owens has won the Universal Championship, but has never won the WWE Championship. So I feel just to kind of keep this rivalry between all 4 men interesting, I feel like Kevin Owens is going to pin Seth Rollins. Remember, the champion doesn't have to be involved in the final decision. Seth Rollins will be pinned by Kevin Owens to become new WWE champion. Bold prediction, but that's what I'm saying. Kevin Owens to win. And now, over to SmackDown. It is main event time. The Tribal Chief, the head of the table, the third party member of the Bloodline, Roman Reigns, your Universal Heavyweight Champion, will be defending against the Beast, the Conqueror, the Mayor, the Ambassador, and the leader of Suplex City, Brock Lesnar. Now, you might have noticed that there is one person missing from this little match, and it's Paul Heyman. Paul Heyman was fired by Roman Reigns a few weeks ago because of the fact that he feels that Roman feels that Paul Heyman cannot be trusted, that Paul Heyman is secretly still the advocate for Brock Lesnar. However, remember, this is not Roman Reigns of old, this is the Tribal Chief. I will not be surprised if Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman are actually working together to fool everybody into believing that Paul Heyman is still loyal to Brock Lesnar. Somewhere in this match, just to ensure that this rivalry can still continue at some point, Brock Lesnar is going to get screwed out of the Universal Championship, and I feel Paul Heyman is going to be the one to do it. So Paul Heyman will screw Brock Lesnar and Roman Reigns will retain his championship. So guys, that's all the matches covered. Now stay tuned for my final thoughts.
I got lucky finding you. I won't make the day that I came across you. 'Cause when you're with me, I don't feel blue. Not a day goes by that I would not redo. Everybody wants to love. Yeah, that's right. that's right. You'll always be my day one. Day zero when I was no one. I'm nothing by myself. You and no one else. Thankful you're my day one. I'm thankful you're my day one.
Alright, ladies and gentlemen, you've reached the end of my prediction video, so please make sure you like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you don't, I will come to your house, I will open your front door and I will come and press subscribe for you. It's not hard, just click on the corner, up on the corner of my profile and click channel Manlykefresh.INC, subscribe. That's what you've got to do. Anyway guys, see you in the next pay-per-view, which will be Royal Rumble in a couple of weeks. Take care. Bye-bye.